Hello and welcome to Platform Studio again. Today we are gonna show a full tutorial on how to render a exterior day scene using V-Ray and 3ds Max. Some of you know that I have made a previous video in which I have shown how to do a night scene. In today's video I will be using the same model that I have used on that video and try to make a daytime scene. So let's start. Let's open 3ds Max. Here is our model. As you can see, it's the same model. So at first I'll go to top view. I always like to put the camera first. Go to create tab and at number 4 you will find the camera option. Click on the camera and go to V-Ray, select V-Ray and then select V-Ray physical camera. Just click and drag to put the camera, but the camera is at 0 level in x-axis, sorry, in z-axis. So we have to select the move option and just fix it a little bit and drag it up a little bit. Now let's go to camera view so we can see what the camera is seeing. Make sure always show save frame is on. So select camera target and drag it up to bring the whole building in view. And I'll select camera again, go to its properties, and I will, in the tilt shift option, I will check automatic or vertical tilt, because our eyes don't see vertical things in that way. Our eyes always see vertical things as vertical. So again I will select the camera and I will adjust the focal length. You can play with it, you can adjust the focal length, and this time I'm going around 36. And under the tilt shift option I will shift the camera a little bit. You can do whatever you want. So let's see how it comes in render. There's nothing, it's all black because there's no light. We haven't put any light yet. Okay, let's put some lights. At first I will go to create tab again, and at number 3 you will find light option and select V-Ray light, V-Ray, and then V-Ray light, and on the type select dome light. So dome light will be illuminating the whole scene. So put the dome light and go to its properties and increase the multiplier. Here it's 1, I will put 25. You can put 20 to 30 or 35. So here you can see the dome light. We have some light in the scene, but still it's all white, and we need an environment here. So to put an environment light on the dome light, I will go to material editor and compact material editor. Here I will be importing a HDRI map, HDRI environment map. So select a slot, click on get material and scroll down and you will see maps. Under the maps find V-Ray And in previous versions of V-Ray there were an option called V-Ray HDRI, but it's no more. So you have to use V-Ray bitmap. So see, there is no HDRI map, so you have to use V-Ray bitmap. Select it. So here in the V-Ray bitmap there is no map actually, so you have to select an HDRI map. I'll provide some HDRI map in the link. HDRI sky. So you can choose what environment you want it to be. I'm choosing a kind of what you can call it, a generic environment, generic daytime environment. And mapping type will always be spherical, yeah, because our earth is round except for flat earthers. Okay, now select the dome light again, and under here properties you will see there is no map. So drag the map from material editor into the slot of dome light, and again click on rendering environment, and under the environment there's no environment map you can see, so click and drag the same thing again. So now you have identical maps in the light and in the environment. So if your map is not showing in the background in the viewport, make sure click on configure viewport and use environment background. Check on use environment background and click OK. So now let's see how it looks after we have added the environment and the sky. So you can see it's catching on the lights from the environment, and it's kind of bluish. So in the next step we will be adding a V-Ray sun, because it's a daytime scene and of course you need a sun, otherwise it will look all flat and it will not look good, not realistic. So again go to V-Ray light, select V-Ray and V-Ray sun, drag it, put it and drag it. Do you like to add environment map? No, because we already have an environment map added, so you don't need the default V-Ray sun map. So drag it up and position the sun as you like. And the intensity I will just decrease a little bit, because intensity 1 is kind of high. I will put it at 0.7, and photon emission radius I will increase it. So if you increase the photon emission radius, it will give you a softer shadow. So I'm increasing it to 70. The default is 50, I think. Yeah. So let's see after adding the sun how it looks. See, now you can see the shadows of sun, and the building is no more looking flat and blue. So that's our basic lighting. You can adjust and play with the light more, but this is a tutorial, so I'm not going any further. I'll just lower the sun position a little bit and decrease the multiplier by 1. So that's our basic lighting. So now materials. To assign the materials, I will again go to material editor. The shortcut for material editor is M. Now we will select another slot and we'll click on physical material, and here you can see I have a list of default V-Ray materials. And to get this material, click on the little arrow button and click on open material library. here it is, V-Ray material library in documents, and here you can see V-Ray have added some default materials and glass is one of them. So V-Ray glass is kind of, it's good, it's usable, so I'm using V-Ray glass neutral. So here we have the glass material. See, it's easy using the default V-Ray material. So I'm putting the glass material, I'm assigning the glass material. And let's see how it looks in render. Here you can see the glass and the reflection is showing. It's not bad. Now let's make another material. Select another slot, click on physical material, and if you want to make a material of your own, go to materials, and then select V-Ray, and then select V-Ray MTL. So V-Ray MTL is the basic V-Ray material, and under the maps you will see there are so many empty slots. So you have to fill up some of these slots to make a material or make a texture. Go to your textures and whatever material you want to add. Here you can see I have so many types of textures, and and it has some purposes I will show you. So put the color map or the texture map into diffuse slot, put the gloss map into glossiness slot, and put the normal map into bump slot, and put the reflection map into reflect slot. So let's put the material. So for scaling, as you can see, the scale is not quite right. It's so small, so you have to increase the size of the map. So go into the diffuse map and check on use real world scale, and I will scale it up to 11. Let's see. I think, is it enough? No, I will increase it more. I think that's, no, I need more. Yeah, I think that looks good. So that's the thing, that if you increase the size of the diffuse map, you have to increase the size of the all the maps. Glossiness. So here it is. Let's see how it looks. So here is the asphalt. It looks okay. It looks like kind of generic. So you may have noticed that I like that wet look in the asphalt. After the rain effect, the wet surface effect. To make that, we have to make a V-Ray blend material. So now I'll be showing you how to make a V-Ray blend material. Click and drag the same material in another slot, and in this slot, just change the diffuse map to a darker diffuse map, a little bit darker. And again you have to correct the scale. So you can see two different types of it's the same texture, but the brightness is different. One is a little lighter and one is a little darker. So the darker one, we will increase the reflection by a lot. Go to the reflection and go to the output and increase the output amount by like 33 or 40 or whatever. And again go to the glossiness and increase the output. See, it's nice and shiny and reflective, as you can see here. So here we have two materials. One is not so reflective and one is like reflective and wet. So you have to mix it together. So go to V-Ray physical material and find V-Ray blend material. It's on the top at number 3, V-Ray blend material. Select it. Keep the old material? No, discard old material. We don't need the old material. So here you can see there are 3 options. One is base material, another is coat material, and blend map. So we will put the glossy asphalt as the base material and the dry one as the coat material. But as you can see, there are no blend maps to make the mixture. So I will add a blend map here. I have it, but always make sure I'm not putting it 100% blend. I will be. It will not look good at the 100% blend. So I'm putting 70%. And let's go into the blend material and let's see how the scale is. So you can see the blend material is too small, like you cannot even see. So you have to increase the size of the blend material by a lot. I mean really lot. So here it is. So this is the customization feature in 3ds Max that I like. You can map your own puddles and own reflections. It's fun. So our road is done. Let's move into the grass. Select another slot. Select another slot and go to physical material. And we have some default grasses in V-Ray. We'll choose one. I'm choosing this default grass because I will be using V-Ray far, so it's not important how the texture is, as it's decent. So I don't need to make a texture because I will be using V-Ray far. So to use V-Ray far, go to standard primitives and select V-Ray and click on V-Ray far. And you can play with the length. I will be putting the length at 19 maybe or 18. Thickness 0.2 is alright. Taper always should be 1. Taper should be 1. I'm struggling here. 1. And direction variations 4433. And distribution per area I will be putting 2. So click another plane and again VREFR. It's all the same. If you put a setting once and you don't have to change it. Let's see how it looks. So it's looking nice and fuzzy, like grass, like real grass. You can also experiment with this. You can take your time. This is a tutorial, so I'm showing just the basics, and then I will do the same. I'll repeat the same thing. I'll select all the grasses and put VREFR, but I will not put VREFR at the background because grass, because it's not necessary. You'll not be seeing it, so I will leave it empty. I will not add VREFR there. So now let's make metal. You can go to video physical material, and under here another default materials. There are so many type of metals. I will choose chrome black and put it assign to selection. I will be assigning the metal into all the metallic parts. You can choose different metals for different materials, but I'm using the same metal for every metallic objects. So our metal is done. Let's see how it looks after we have assigned the metallic objects. Oh, we forgot to texture the VREFR in front of the building. So it's it's blue, but the metallic objects are looking good. So now let's select the VREFR again and put the grass texture on them. And now let's move on to the other objects of the building, and let's make some more materials. I will select another slot, go to video physical material, and under the concrete, under the default concrete, I will select a concrete which suits this driveway. Yeah, it looks good. You can play with the scale and everything, but I'm skipping that, and I'm selecting another slot and putting another type of concrete there. And for the building material, I will be making some materials. And again, to make your own material, you have to go V-Ray material and select V-Ray MTL. So this is the basic material, and you have to go to the maps, and on the empty slots you have to fill up the slots to concrete. And I have some kind of concrete here, so I will select not this one. Yeah, no, not this looks okay. So I'll put the color map into diffuse slot, and again the gloss map into glossiness slot, the reflection map into reflect slot, and the normal map into bump slot. Let's put the material. The scale looks good. I'll be making another kind of concrete here. It's the same process. Go to maps and put materials into the slot. I will be using this one. The color map goes to diffuse slot, gloss to glossiness, reflection to reflect, and normal to the bump. It's the same thing. If you just get the hang of one, you'll be able to make the other ones. It's the same process. So if you learn to make, if you can make one material, you can make all of them. Again, the same process. So now I will fast forward the video from here, because I think if you can make one material from different textures, I think you will be able to make all the materials here, all the different textures. So I'm skipping this. Let's see how it looks after we have put some materials. Let's see how it looks. The material, the woods, the exterior woods, they are not looking properly scaled. It doesn't look it is scaled properly. The wood planks are way more bigger, and I have also missed a spot, so I will be fixing the scale of the wood planks. I'll select the material and I will go into the map and I will decrease the size. If you increase the tiling, it will decrease the size, so I will increase the tiling into 2. As you can see on the viewport, the scale has changed. So and I will be making another wood plank material. I think this looks good. I will put all the maps into their slots and just put it here. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so now if you want to rotate the texture 90 degrees, you can do it, because it's not looking right. So you have to change the Z axis 90 degree, and I will decrease the tiling to make the scale proper. So after assigning all the materials, it's time to put some models into the scene. At first we will import some trees, because trees are important. The quality of trees will define how good your render looks. So always make sure you have some high quality trees. I will provide some very high quality trees in the link in the description, so you can use it free. Under the models, plants and trees, here you can see there are so many trees and plants. Select one. drag it into the model and select merge. And put it to your liking. I think this tree looks a little taller. We don't need a tree of this tall in this scene, so I think I will just scale it and make it a little smaller. Looks okay now. Always after importing any objects, always choose automatically create proxies, or always use V-Ray mesh export, because if you don't do it, your scene will be so heavy and you will not be able to move the scene properly. So always make sure after importing any objects, especially trees, go to V-Ray mesh export and create proxies. It's very important. So after creating proxies, you can see it's so easy to just duplicate the trees, and I'm pressing the Alt key in the keyboard and just dragging it so it can make copies of itself. I will import another tree and again I'll place it first and then I'll scale it and click on the right button and V-Ray mesh export and automatically create proxies. It's okay. So it will take a little time to make a proxy, but it will save you a lot of time. Again, I'm just duplicating the trees. So I'll fast forward from this point. So if you can import, if you know how to import objects, you can import as many as you want, as many as you like. So I'm fast forwarding from this moment. after putting all the trees, let's see how the scene looks. Render. Yeah, it's looking better. Although the positions of the shadows are not, it's not looking good because some part of the building is totally under shadows. So I will change the position of some trees to. You can play with it if you want shadows on your building. If you want the shadows of the trees, you can put more trees around or in front of the building, or if you don't want it, then you can just avoid it. So I will change the position of the trees a little bit so that the shadow doesn't fall on the building. I will say just play with it and see what looks better. Take your time. Now I will be adding some more models or objects. I will be adding a car and people. So at first, let's add some people. I have 3D models of 2 people, which again I will provide in the link in the description, and I'll place them on the road or roadside. You can strategically place the people if you want, but I'm just putting them on the road. Okay, looks okay. Now I will be importing the car. I'll group the car because if I want to select it later, so it selects the whole car. So yeah, I'll put the car there. Maybe a little far. No, it's okay. And I will adjust the focal length a little bit and the shift. Yeah, I will. So here is our scene. So let's go to render setup, and at first make sure you have the correct output size. For in this case I'm choosing 1440 pixels, or no, I'll not be choosing 4K. It will take a long time. And then you can check the save file automatically. Check the option and put a name. So after the render is complete, the file will be automatically saved. Now let's go to V-Ray tab, and under here the image sampler, I will be choosing bucket, and everything I'll not change anything else. In the GI, I will be selecting irradiance map as primary engine and secondary engine light catcher. And in the render elements, this is important. This is important for post production. So add these render elements at least for your post production. Click on add and then select V-Ray alpha. Alpha is really important because if you want to change the sky, then select V-Ray reflection, which is also a very important tool, and then you can select V-Ray object ID. Another thing, if you select V-Ray object ID, you have to give every object's ID, proper ID, so that it can be separated. But right now I'm not doing that. Let's see how the scene looks after all the settings, the final render. I will be fast forwarding the render. It took around 1.5 and 2 hours to render the whole scene. I know it's a long time, it's because of all the trees. So here this is the final result. I think you can do better if you give it more time. This is just a tutorial. Just give it more time, play with it, play with the light, play with the objects, play with the trees, and put them according to your taste or according how you like. So this was it. I think you have learned something from it. So if you feel like if you have learned something or new, or if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like this video, make sure you comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you again. It's a long video, I know it's kind of boring, but thanks. I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.